This is Flint Spall. I'm gonna do this video based on what Paleoman52 done for me about a week or so ago when I found the Capena Classic, and he the next day made a reproduction of that, and 2 or 3 days passed, and he contacted me and offered it to me free of charge, which I thought was mighty noble of him to do. He didn't have to do it at all, but he said it would be more at home right here than it would anywhere, and he'd be glad for me to have it if I wanted it. So who in their right mind wouldn't take it? And so here's a letter that he sent, and of course he mentioned, and when we personal or PM'd one another, that he had a few more goodies. It says here, "Hey Flint Spall, here is a little karma for you from Western New York State. I'm sending the copy I made of your Capena Classic point along with a Jack's Reef chipped out of my local Onondaga chert, if that's pronounced right. I also threw in a Dixon made out of 777 Timo's rock, which I believe is from Missouri. I seen a video that he put out also with some stuff that Paleoman52 had made, which was awesome. I believe he called it Snow something, I can't recall exactly. But it's nice material, and I get around to showing these. And he said there's also a piece of that 1,510-year-old wood found in the Genesee River in there too. He said enjoy. And here is the piece of wood, and he's got wrote on there how old it's supposed to be and where it was found in New York in the Genesee River. And I seen Pestelman's video last night of the knife that you made him, Paleoman, and I noticed he mentioned how lightweight that the wood was, and I agree. It's just super light, even lighter than pine, if you will. But the first thing I had to do, and I don't know, it may be just because, you know, I'm from the South, that we have a habit, I reckon, of smelling wood. And the first thing I wanted to do is see if it had any smell to it. And it doesn't have a scent at all to it that I can detect, which I'm a smoker, and that kind of kills a lot of that ability to smell, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, this is a nice piece of history that he sent me, and I appreciate that very much. And I want to get on into these points and show some of the great workmanship that Paleoman has, and certainly he's a formidable napper in anybody's book. I want you to look what a Dixon. I brought a tape out here to measure these things with. This thing is 3 3/4 of an inch long, just super thin. Made out of Timo's rock out of Missouri. It looks awesome. There's places on it that it looks nearly chalky, and other places that looks more like flint type material, but nevertheless he was able to make a great point out of it, and that's just awesome. I've never found a Dixon that I know of here locally, or at least not this style, which I think is more like Missouri style on up west, northwest. That's an awesome piece. Paleoman, you went far and beyond my expectations. I'd have been pleased with just the reproduction there, because that was amazing for you to be able to do that in just an hour. I want you to look what a Jack's Reef point. That reminds me of a friend I had that used to work with me, and we'd stop at the country grocery store, and he liked his sandwich meat sliced thin, and he'd say he'd want his bologna sliced thin, and then he'd say that's the thin it don't have but one side. And that's about the way this Jack's Reef is. It's a thin it don't have but one side. I want you to look. That's just awesome work, Paleoman. And you know what? I don't even have to brag on you for you to be good. Your work speaks for itself, but I want people to know how much I think of your napping skills. I'm a long way from being there, buddy. But I've only been doing it about a year, and I think you said you've been doing it around 27 years, and I may not even live that long. But don't know if I'll ever get to that point, but Lord willing, we'll do what we can do. But here's what I want to get around to mainly showing you, not to take anything away from those other pieces, because they're exceptional and I wasn't expecting them. Really wasn't expecting this, but this is the reproduction that he made, and many of you seen the video that he posted on this. That's an awesome piece. I mean, just amazing. And here's the piece that I found, which he mentioned that he made it based on just a picture, and you can see there's quite a bit of difference in the size of it. I believe Paleoman's point is 1 1/8 wide at the widest, and this one is 3/4 of an inch wide at the widest. The length on the one that was made is 4 1/4, and this one's 3 1/2. You can see it. And then the thickness, of course, you know, with this being a smaller point, length and width, the thickness, and I'm going to try to get these to where you can see them. Of course, the bigger point is going to be thicker, and you can see how fine made that the authentic one is. And of course, a no-brainer tells you that when you get into making something like the authentic one, and I believe Paleoman would agree, not to take anything away from his workmanship, but you're getting into another ballpark whenever you start dealing with something this meticulous and thin, especially when it's extended that far out. But what a deal that he made. But I wanted to get them side by side. When he told me he was sending it, I couldn't wait to do a comparison video. Of course, the one he made will eat this one. Of course, the one he made doesn't have the corner knocked off of it either, which to me, that honestly doesn't make as much difference to me, because this right here makes up for it. And that right there has been renapped, so that's probably made up my mind as to whether or not I would ever have that piece restored, simply because the Indian, he renapped that, and I think I'll just leave it just like it is. But they're both just awesome artifacts, and Paleoman told me I wouldn't have to be afraid of handling this one. But I don't know if you can see the flaking or not, and he mentioned that he made it out of some Texas chert that is semi-translucent, and I've got this camera on a tripod, and I'm not going to try to throw it up in the sun. You've done seen it, but this one I've got's also, I believe it's a translucent hornstone. I mentioned it, I thought it was moss agate, but I don't think moss agate is prevalent around here, and I believe it's a local material. In fact, I've got some. And Paleoman, I'm going to get you a package out, buddy, and I'm probably going to send you a personal video of some of the material that I've got, because I mentioned to you I fear that my trade-off with what you've sent me is not going to be sufficient, and I want to in fact make you a personal video and be watching for it in your inbox and just show you what I've got. And it may save you and me both some time if you just be honest and tell me whether you can use it or not, because I'm not as far advanced as you are. You know what you can use and what's trash, and I simply don't. So I'll show you what I've got, and we'll go from there. But I'd be glad for you to have most any of the material that I've got, which isn't much. It's not gem quality material like you find out in California and different places, but got a lot of hornstone. But anyway, I wanted you to see these, and these are some great artifacts, and I think I'll just leave them housed right there together for the time being, because they look awful nice in that case right there together. I'm proud of both of them. Of course, I can honestly handle this in a little bit more, well, a little less carefully, I guess, than I can this piece. But as Paleoman said, this one is truly the more rare of the two. And being you've got the specific dimensions, you said it was a challenge to make this one. Don't send me your next one, but you might want to challenge yourself to make one 3/4 of an inch wide, 3 1/2 inches long, and I'd say at the most an 1/8 inch thick. And I wouldn't doubt for it from here on out wouldn't be in the 1/16. But anyway, awesome pieces. Mr. Paleoman, I certainly appreciate it. It's been nice developing a friendship with you, and this is a super way for sure. I'd have been friends with you without this, but you've gone far and beyond, and I appreciate it. And I don't know of anybody that you've ever seen anything to that's been disappointed. I just hope that I can treat you the same way. And I'm going to give you a shout out on my camera here after a while and show you what I've got. I'm willing to give you whatever you want for it. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching, and feel free to leave your comments, and all the new subscribers, I appreciate your input and you viewing. And so everybody out there, we just wish you the best of luck. And Paleo Man, I would wish you luck on making or increasing your skills, but you may have topped out, buddy. I don't know. I was always told, when you're green, you're growing, and when you're ripe, you're rotten. So I guess I got a lot of growing to do. I'm not rotten yet, as long as you can improve a little. I'm saying that about me, not you, Paleo Man. And there's many other awesome nappers out there, but I'm not acquainted with them like I am Paleo Man, just because he went out of his way. And I've seen him do it with multiple YouTubers, and my hat's off to you, buddy. You make some awesome flutes too, and you can play the far out of them. Multi-talented, no doubt. May God bless you. Until next time.